Hello and welcome to your Simplified Coin Review. So today we are going to be talking about the differences between STOs and ICOs. So before we go any further, make sure that you click that subscribe button. Doing so will give you the chance to enter our contest. I'll put the details up above. The contest will be running through Sunday, May 20th, and announcing the winner on the 21st. So big shout out to everybody who's also smashing that like button and everybody who's making comments and engaging with us. We appreciate you. So what is an ICO? An ICO is an initial coin offering. So most of the cryptocurrencies that you know and love started out as an ICO in which people could invest money in them and hope that the price would go up. So what is an STO? An STO is a security tokens offering. Okay, so before we look into the actual differences, let's look at Darren Marble. He's the CEO of Crowdfund X. And this is what he had to say, which is very interesting in my opinion on the difference between a regulated ICO and an STO. He says, I would say an STO is a better term. I think that's so crazy. That's what he starts out with about the differences. I would say an STO is a better term. ICOs have gotten a bad name. I would encourage any issuer in the US not to use the term ICO at all. I think ICO is a dirty word, a tainted word. It has a negative connotation and is synonymous with scams. 6 months ago, a compliant ICO sounded right, but now we need a new term moving away from ICO, which people associate with scams. So basically what he's saying here is that, yes, security tokens do have different regulation behind them, but the more important thing for businesses is branding, is saying that you are offering an STO, and of course following through with it, but not launching ICOs. Because, there are so many people that are ICO shillers, that's all they do is try to push forth a narrative about some new ICO or push a lot of hype on some capped coin and things like that. And in reality, they just don't have a product, right? So this is the important thing to understand about the differences between security tokens and ICOs. With security tokens, you're investing in something that has something behind it. However, with an ICO, you're basically investing into GoFundMe. Like, that's really what it is. So ICOs are like the Kickstarter of coins. And when I say it like that, when I talk about GoFundMe or Kickstarter, suddenly the glamour and the shine comes off of the ICOs. And they've just been absolutely dragged through the mud because some of them have turned out to be scams. And let's face it, guys, most ICOs are going to fail. There's no question about it. We don't have enough room in the markets for every ICO to do well. So most ICOs are utility tokens. So let's look at the difference between a security token, an STO, or a utility token, which are mostly ICOs. So in security token, you have an ownership of asset, and in the utility token, you have access to protocol. So basically what that means is, like, with a security token, you're buying a share of the project, as opposed to the utility token where you're buying a native token of the platform with the promise that once the platform is up and running, you'll be able to have access to the platform through your utility token, and you'll be able to use it on the system. So security token, investors expecting profit. So with security tokens, basically they are selling themselves to their investors and saying, look, come with us and we will give you a return. So security tokens, they're kind of trying to call in big money by saying, hey, you let us borrow part of your money for this project, and in return, as we grow, you will be able to grow with us and expect a return in profit. Now, of course, with security tokens and utility tokens, ICOs, the whole 9 yards, no one can guarantee profit. No one out there can guarantee profit for anything that is in the investing world. And if they can, then you can pretty much guarantee that's a red flag. So the utility tokens, instead of investors, they're purchasers. So you're not buying in for investment and to grow. Like, you're buying into the actual product and the protocol and the project. So you are buying a stake inside of it by owning that token. So with ICOs and utility tokens, you're not buying in as a share for an investment. You're buying into the project as a whole, and you own a piece of the market with your individual tokens, which of course you can go, once they get it on an exchange, and trade them immediately and kind of sell out, if you will, of being involved in the project. So, and then with security tokens, they have regulated offerings or KYC. If you don't know what KYC is, it basically means, or it literally means, know your customer. So what KYC means is they have to go through a certain protocol to verify that the people who say that they're buying a share in the security token actually are the people they say they are. And then with the utility tokens, of course, we have the unregulated crowd sales, which are basically people just pumping money into something, not knowing what it's going to be, and having absolutely no protection. So let's talk about the crowdfunding and the difference between the crowdfunding and the security token. So while for ICOs, the way it usually works is tokens or coins are offered by companies for purchase as a form of crowdfunding. However, with STOs, it's an upgrade whereby you can purchase tokens during that offering that you can then trade, sell, or hold. However, since security tokens are actual financial securities, your tokens are backed by something tangible like assets, profits, or revenue of the company. So since the security tokens are actually backed by something like profits or a company or financial assets, there's much less chance of fraud because the people who run the security token can't just take all the money and run because it's backed by something. That offers a layer of protection against fraud. So STOs are definitely safer than ICOs. And I think what we're going to see, as we talked about at the very beginning, is that a lot of people are going to just basically change their direction of where they're going, and instead of doing an ICO, do an STO and try to find people to back that STO or offer up some kind of collateral for that backing of the ICO, and then they'll call it an STO. So this is very interesting. In 2018 and 2019, I think we're going to see the rise of these STOs is going to be quite drastic. And like I said, I think it's mostly because of just rebranding. And regulation is important in our space. I know some people are anti-regulation, but I think regulation is really what's going to help people to feel safer, and it's going to make the market caps go up because people don't feel like they're going to be able to just lose their money overnight. So that's really big in our space. So one cryptocurrency that we've talked about a few times on our channel, included it in our top undervalued coins in the top 100, is Polymath. Polymath wants to be seen as the intermediary between the financial sector and security tokens. So they want to make it where it's easier for companies to be able to come out with their own security token. So right at the top of the site, they have a spot where you can create your own security token. I'll put the link to Polymath down in the video information so you can look it over. But it just talks about what Ethereum is trying to do for tokens, Polymath is trying to do for securities. So I don't know exactly what they'll call them. If you do know, drop us a comment below. But instead of ERC20s, basically it's the Polymath version of tokens on their platform. So they have a really cool logo. That's one of my favorite things. You know, you gotta love the bull. So Polymath is one we'll probably do a full review on down the road. I've got so many stacking up. I can't keep saying I'm going to do one on a coin because I just have so many. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and now you understand the difference between security tokens and ICOs, or STOs and ICOs. STO is a term you're going to start seeing more and more. So do what you can, research it, learn more. If Polymath truly can be the Ethereum of the securities world, then it could be a good investment, not financial advice. Nothing on my videos is financial advice, of course. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, smash that like button, enter our contest. Until next time, that was your Simplified Coin Review.